Morning. I'm Robert White, council member at large and chair of the Committee on Housing. Today is Thursday, May 30th, 2024, and we are meeting in room 120 at the John A. Wilson Building. The time is now 3:42 p.m., and I'm calling to order this additional committee meeting. We have a quorum consisting of Council Member Fruman for Ward 3 and at-large Council Member McDuffie and myself. There are three measures before us for today's markup. We held a roundtable on each of these three measures a week ago on May 23rd, 2024. Without objection, I will discuss them slightly out of order. First is proposed resolution 25-716, which would reappoint Heather Wellington to the board of directors of the DC Housing Finance Agency as a member with home building, real estate, architecture, or planning experience. If reappointed, her term will end on June 28th, 2025. Without council action, the resolution will be deemed disapproved on September 22nd, 2024. At the roundtable, Ms. Wellington highlighted her impressive background in real estate development. She holds a Bachelor of Business Administration with a dual concentration in finance and marketing from George Washington University and a Master's of Science in Real Estate Development from the University of Maryland. With 19 years of experience in property management and development, Ms. Wellington has managed over 1.5 million square feet of retail space at the company Combined Properties and has overseen the development of more than 1 million square feet as a development association at the JBG companies. Currently, she serves as Senior Vice President of FD Stonewater, where she oversees major development projects, including GSA-leased multi-use developments and significant office renovations. She also manages all aspects of the firm's project development process, including acquisition, finance analysis, entitlement, design, permitting, construction, financing, marketing, leasing, and disposition. If reappointed, Ms. Wellington aims to establish a mentorship program to utilize funds for developing more affordable housing while providing a diverse group of people with valuable industry experience. Her comprehensive background and commitment to affordable housing, influenced by her own background growing up in rental housing, underscores her dedication to creating a more accessible DC. For these reasons, and because she meets the statutory requirements to serve on the board, I recommend the committee approve PR 25-716, the Board of Directors of the District of Columbia Housing Finance Agency, Heather Wellington Confirmation Resolution of 2024. Is there discussion on PR 25-716? Hearing none, I move the committee print and report for PR 25-716, the Board of Directors of the District of Columbia Housing Finance Agency, Heather Wellington Confirmation Resolution of 2024, with leave for staff to make technical and conforming changes. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those please indicate by saying no. I believe we have a unanimous vote. The ayes have it and the motion passes. The second measure for markup is proposed resolution 25-717, which would reappoint Carrie Robinson as a board member with experience in finance to the board of directors of the DC Housing Finance Agency. If reappointed, her term will end on June 28, 2026. Without council action, the resolution will be deemed disapproved on September 22nd, 2024. At the roundtable, Ms. Robinson discussed how her education and professional training would continue to add value to the board. Ms. Robinson shared that she attained her Bachelor of Business Administration in Finance from Howard University and her Master of Business Administration from the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University. Her educational background led to her JP Morgan and Bright Horizon Ventures LLC, led her to JP Morgan and Bright Horizon Ventures LLC. At JP Morgan, she served as an associate for the private bank investment team. There, she managed analyses for a $300 million client portfolio and provided recommendations for stocks, bonds, and private financing investments. After attaining her master's, Ms. Robinson then became the founder and managing member of Bright Horizons Ventures LLC. There, she has developed and executed over $360 million in real estate asset transactions, specializing in hospitality, single-family, and multifamily projects. In addition, she manages projects and provides financial modeling for small to mid-sized developers. If reappointed, Ms. Robinson noted that she will continue to effectively and strategically facilitate the issuance of bond cap in this harsh financial environment. In addition, she would like to make sure that we retain and increase the home ownership rate in DC. Ms. Robinson's expertise in managing high-value portfolios and her leadership in the finance space make her an asset to the board. Her commitment to strategic financial management of deals is a benefit to the board and to DC. Ms. Robinson's name has changed from Carrie Cohen since the resolution was drafted, so the committee has updated the legislation accordingly. For these reasons, and because she meets the statutory requirement to serve on the board, I recommend the committee approve PR 25-717, the Board of Directors, District of Columbia Housing Finance Agency, Carrie Robinson Confirmation Resolution of 2024. Is there a discussion on PR 25-717? Hearing none, I move the committee print and report for PR 25-717, the Board of Directors of the District of Columbia Housing Finance Agency, Carrie Robinson Confirmation Resolution of 2024, with leave for staff to make technical and conforming changes. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Excellent. In the opinion of the chair, there is a unanimous aye vote, and the motion passes. Lastly, we will consider proposed resolution 25-684, which would confirm Chapman Todd as a member of the Housing Production Trust Fund Board. Without council action, Mr. Todd's appointment would be deemed disapproved on June 26, 2024. Mr. Todd first joined the HPTF board in December 2020 as a member representing the nonprofit housing production community. The mayor is now appointing Mr. Todd to a new board position in which he would be one of 3 members with significant knowledge of an area related to the production, preservation, and rehabilitation of affordable housing for low-income households. Mr. Todd's written responses and testimony demonstrate his experience in and commitment to creating meaningful opportunities for employment and for housing for residents with low incomes and residents who were formerly homeless. Mr. Todd has dedicated the majority of his 35 years in the district to these efforts, including in his current role as principal of a company that provides case management and residential services for tenants in several district buildings. I appreciate Mr. Todd's desire to bring the HPTF board a perspective on the design and ongoing operation of deeply affordable housing that will both increase the housing stock while ensuring the availability of needed ongoing services. I also appreciate his testimony in responding to questions about potential conflicts of interest related to his professional work and the board. For these reasons, I recommend the committee support Mr. Todd's nomination, but I also want to flag an issue that this nomination highlighted with the board more generally. As I've raised for the past year and a half, the high vacancy rate on the HPTF board is concerning, particularly in a time when we have less money to spend on affordable housing programs. The district needs the board's expertise, and only having 2 out of 9 members active on the board will not produce the best outcomes for residents. When the mayor first appointed Mr. Todd to the board in December 2020, Mr. Todd filled the position vacated by another member and served for about 2 years out of a possible 4-year term. The first position expired in January 2023. Instead of reappointing Mr. Todd to the same position for a full 4-year term, the mayor waited over a year to appoint Mr. Todd to a new position that will only last for 7 months due to how the terms are staggered. This means the mayor has recommended Mr. Todd sit on the HPTF board for a total of about 3 years out of a possible 8 years of service, which raises ambiguity over whether either of these terms count as a full term. The committee has been working with the Mayor's Office of Talent and Appointment, known as MOTA, as well as our Office of General Counsel to determine how to cleanly and efficiently restart the cycles of appointments, given that the mayor will need to appoint all 9 members of the board by January of 2025. I appreciate MOTA's collaboration in finding a productive path forward and understand the difficulty of the job that they have of filling myriad vacancies across the almost 200 boards in the district. The committee looks forward to working together on this. Our goal is to meet the legislative intent of the term limits and, more importantly, to make sure the board can meet its mandate of advising the mayor on the development, financing, and operation of the HPTF and on other matters related to the production of affordable housing for households with low, very low, and extremely low incomes. Again, I recommend the committee approve the Housing Production Trust Fund Board Chapman-Todd Confirmation Resolution of 2024. Is there discussion on PR 25-684? Hearing none, I move the committee print and report for PR 25-684, the Housing Production Trust Fund Board Chapman-Todd Confirmation Resolution of 2024 with leave for staff to make technical and conforming changes. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 In the opinion of the chair, we have a unanimous aye vote and the motion passes. That concludes the business on today's agenda. If anyone listening is interested in connecting with my team or getting involved in our committee work, please visit robertwhiteatlarge.com and be sure to sign up for our newsletter. I also encourage the public to review our committee's budget report that we unanimously passed earlier this month, which includes policy recommendations for all agencies under our purview. Reports for all council committees can be found at dccouncilbudget.com. The business before the committee has concluded. The time is now 3:53 p.m. and this additional meeting of the Committee on Housing is adjourned.